Is the sweat you shed while exercising truly a symbol of health? For some, those drops of sweat can become a poison that stops the heart. Inside a sauna, which she entered to get healthy, I will reveal the tragedy of a woman in her 50s who turned into a cold corpse in just 12 minutes. In fitness centers, countless people work out for their health and physique. They exercise hard and then wash away the sweat. On a cold winter evening, around at 6:20 in the evening, the deceased entered the fitness center, driven by a single desire: to look younger. 40 minutes of intense spinning and 20 minutes of jumping exercises. She endured a high-intensity routine that even 20-year-olds find difficult without drinking a single sip of water. And before her heart could even calm down, she headed straight for the hot sauna, heated to 185 degrees Fahrenheit. She probably thought, if I sweat more, I'll lose more weight and get healthier. But 12 minutes later, she was found collapsed on the shower room floor. Her body temperature reached nearly 104 degrees, and her heart was completely burnt out, like a light bulb with a blown fuse. What on earth drove her to death? Now I will investigate the final clues of her life.
Is this 911? This is the fitness center at the intersection. A female member has collapsed in the shower room. She's not breathing. Please help us immediately.
Since this report involved a female victim, I called Detective Han So-hee, and we dispatched immediately. Arriving at the scene, Detective Han and I examined the condition of the deceased and realized that her death was not a simple accident, but a predicted disaster. So, as for why it was a predicted disaster, I will investigate the final clues together with you, my subscribers. The reason I call it a predicted disaster is because she pushed the 3 deadly buttons herself. The first clue is extreme dehydration. She wore a sweatsuit and didn't drink water, so her blood became thick and sticky. The second clue is the runaway sympathetic nervous system. Intense exercise caused her heart rate to soar to 180, putting her heart in an overload state. And the final decisive clue was the sauna she entered immediately after intense exercise. Instead of cooling down a car with an overheated engine, it was like throwing it into a blast furnace. However, to determine the exact cause of death, we requested an autopsy from forensics, and the results were as expected.
Detective Paul, please look at these blood test results. Sodium, potassium, and even magnesium levels, they have all hit rock bottom. This is a severe electrolyte imbalance. For the heart to beat, it needs a battery called electrolytes. She poured them all out in sweat and didn't replenish them, so the battery died. In that state, being exposed to high heat caused her blood vessels to dilate rapidly and her blood pressure to plummet vertically. Ultimately, the cause of death was acute cardiac arrest due to dehydration and heat shock. The heart simply couldn't hold on and stopped. The deceased must have received signals from her body for a few days before collapsing.
After the autopsy, we returned to the station and proceeded with the interview of the bereaved family who arrived late. Did the deceased have a special reason for exercising so excessively recently?
Mom said she had her high school reunion next month. For the first time in 30 years, she said her friends all looked young and well-managed, but she was so stressed that she looked old alone.
So that extreme diet and intense exercise was all because of the reunion?
Yes. Lately, she only watched YouTube videos saying 50s can have a 20s body. She watched them all day long. Even when I tried to stop her, saying, "Mom, only athletes do that," she said, "I'm still a woman. I want to look pretty when I go out." So I couldn't stop her anymore.
Then did she mention being in pain or feeling strange recently?
Detective, come to think of it, since a week ago, every night she said, "Honey, please massage my legs." She said she couldn't sleep because of cramps in her calves.
Were there any other symptoms?
After exercising, she said, "My head is spinning," and sat on the sofa for a long time. And yesterday morning, she beat her chest saying, "My chest feels tight and blocked." So I found some digestive medicine for her. We just thought it was indigestion or menopause. We never dreamed it was a signal that her heart was stopping.
Seniors who are on a diet, please never mistake these symptoms for exercise effects. Like this case, acute cardiac arrest caused by extreme diets, intense exercise, and saunas also has warning signs. I will explain them step by step now, so please listen carefully. The first symptom is having cramps every night. It is not simply because you are tired. It is a scream from your muscles that potassium and magnesium have left your body through sweat. Since the heart is also a muscle, if you have cramps in your legs, your heart can also get cramps. The second symptom is a spinning dizziness. If your vision goes black when you stand up after exercise, it means your blood volume is low and blood is not reaching your brain and heart. The third symptom is tightness in the center of the chest. If you are not just out of breath, but your chest feels stiff, it is a danger signal that your heart muscle lacks oxygen. Now that I have explained the warning signs, as for prevention methods, Officer Han So-hee will brief you, so please pay attention.
Hello. I am Officer Han So-hee, introduced just now. Everyone, exercise after the age of 50 is not about losing weight. To do that, please follow these 3 safety rules I am about to tell you. First, the prevention method is, no sauna immediately after exercise. Rest for at least 30 minutes, and only after your heart rate drops below 100. Should you take a shower with lukewarm water? The second method is, electrolytes, not just plain water. If you sweat like rain and only drink plain water, you can get hyponatremia shock. During exercise, be sure to drink sports drinks, or water with a little salt. The third method is, exercise only as long as you can speak. If you are so out of breath that conversation is impossible, for seniors, it is not exercise, but labor and torture. This was Officer Han So-hee. Lastly, to my subscribers watching this video, please let me know in the comments where you are watching from. I will reflect it in future video productions. Thank you.
She just wanted her reflection in the mirror to be a little more beautiful. That passion was not wrong, however, the method simply stopped her heart. Everyone's health is not an Olympic game where you break records. Ignoring the sounds of your body and running is like racing towards a cliff. If you have leg cramps or feel dizzy after exercise, please stop. That is the way to protect your heart. If you want to find the final clues for a healthy life to 100 with me, please hit subscribe and like. And if you tell me in the comments what kind of exercise you are doing, I will check if it is safe for you. This was Cheongdam Paul's Survival File.